Welcome to the Charlie Bacon YouTube channel, and a little bit of a different one today. Essentially what I wanted to speak to you about today was just a life update really. What's going on in life? How am I? How are you? And some things I've got to announce really in terms of where we take this content in the long term. So lots of stuff to get into, lots of exciting things that I hope you'll be interested in, and let's get into it. So currently I'm just looking at the clock. It is Friday the 10th of July and it's 1:31 in the afternoon. To be honest, this day's kind of flown by. Because of the heat, I keep oversleeping, and it really annoys me because I like starting the day kind of in control, you know. And I think if I can't control when I wake up, like what can I control? So I keep setting my alarm for about 6:30 every day, and I keep waking up at 9 o'clock. I don't know why, I just can't get into the habit of, I think because of the heat to be honest, but I just can't get up early. So yeah, I've not really done a lot today to be honest. All I've done is, I don't know if you saw my story, but I went and got 24 pack of Coke. I've done a gym session, I've done some cardio, I've done some steps, I've done some tidying up. As you can probably see in the back, it's quite tidy. But yeah, I just needed a bit of a kind of refresh, you know. And I think I'll just have a nice chill rest of the day to be honest. Nothing too crazy or strenuous, which is a blessing to be honest. But to be able to choose to do that and not be forced into anything, which is fantastic, and I'm so grateful. But yeah, I thought I'd just kind of update you basically on what's going on. So in terms of life, I'm still at university. I'm still in Durham. I'm planning to stay here over the summer because I'm doing my work remotely. Yeah, so that's good. That's going well. Just started a new job. Really enjoying it. Really enjoying marketing and sales and stuff, and really enjoying kind of getting into that work environment. I mean, as much as you can from remote, but having calls and stuff and speaking to people and really learning a lot of things, to be honest. So I've really been enjoying that, and I'm really excited to see where that goes. Met some lovely people as well, made some new connections, which is great. Essentially in terms of content, so the other day we hit the 8-month mark in terms of making content, which is crazy because the first piece of content I created was me speaking to you guys just on that bed over there, and it was a bit of a weird time really. It was kind of at the point where I had been, but it was at a point where I had just started kind of prioritizing myself and really wanting to work on myself because I wasn't really happy with where I was at in terms of myself, and that was 8 months ago. To be honest, it doesn't really feel that long ago, to be honest, since I've done that video, but it's been 8 months and so much has changed in that time, you know. And on YouTube we've posted like 9 times or something, and I know they're not very kind of consistent videos or haven't been in the past, but I quite like the ability to just to pick up the camera and just speak to you when I kind of wanted to, you know. And I'm enjoying actually doing that regularly now. So on this YouTube channel, I think this is the second post continuously after a week after the original post. So I'm hoping to continue that, to be honest, and just speak to you on here every week. I kind of just hold myself accountable and just kind of force myself to, because I know I want to do it, you know, but sometimes you can't, just be a bit lazy. So I'm hoping to continue speaking on here every week. And I mean, it just reminds me of how far I've come really in terms of myself, but also content in that time. So 10 YouTube videos, about 70 posts on Instagram, and I've grown so much. We've got 70 followers now on Instagram. We've got about, I don't know how many subscribers we've got, maybe like 50 or something, which is crazy. And I'm just so happy with the kind of reception, you know, from friends and family. You've all been so supportive and encouraging, which has helped loads, because I think when I started I was worried about what people would think, you know, and having them say nice things and support you is just fantastic, and it feels really nice. It makes you feel like what you're doing is ultimately the right thing to do, you know. And much to Ben Reese's dismay, I won't be selling any courses anytime soon, but yeah, so it's been a journey. We've done a lot of content, and to be honest, now I feel at the point where I feel confident with the message that I want to spread and the kind of my mission statement, you know, of my content. And it's kind of self-development and education, and I feel kind of snug now in that niche and in that bracket with that title. And I think we're just gonna really just take this to the moon now, to be honest, and just continue working and continue doing what I'm doing. So I'm on TikTok now. I felt a bit burnt out, I think, on Instagram Reels. I've been creating Instagram Reels for the last kind of 6-7 months, and I enjoyed it. It was good. I got to speak about lots of things that I was passionate about, but I kind of got to the point recently where I was a bit like, I'm not really feeling like, I'm kind of running out of ideas of things to say, you know. So at that point I pivoted to TikTok, and I quite like it because it allows me just to post some different things and post some things that I just want to try out, to be honest. And just, I think the plan really on TikTok is just to grow as much as possible, so I can find that style of content that works, and then I can continue that. And I'm hoping then to bring that audience from TikTok over to Instagram And then the main kind of pipeline piece is my new announcement. I don't know if you've seen on my story this morning, but I announced it. The podcast channel at the CSB Podcast. It is on Instagram now, so go and drop that a follow. Yeah, so I've been working on for a little bit of time now, to be honest, under the bonnet. So essentially how that's going to work is I'm hoping in about 2 weeks' time is when the trailer shall drop for the podcast. And then after that, it should be a podcast every single Friday. So essentially on the same timeline as my YouTube videos, really. I don't want to say too much about it because I don't want to kind of ruin it and spoil it for you. But essentially what it is, we're just talking about topics. So each podcast is about a set topic. And we're just discussing things that I can provide to you, some value I can provide to you from my own kind of experiences. And on top of that, having guests on our podcast who have gone through things and have gone through these kind of hurdles of life and have learned and come out the other side ultimately, and they've got some value which they can provide to you as well. So far as of recording this, I've recorded 3 episodes of the podcast, which I'm really, really happy about. We've got a guest episode with a guest who I think you'll really, really get on with, and 2 solo episodes with myself where we're speaking about 2 important topics in my life. I've got 2 more episodes to record in the next week or so, and hopefully 2 guest episodes as well, if touch wood, if those things work out. But yeah, I'm really excited for you guys to see this podcast. I think I love short form content because of the brain rot society we live in, like it's easy to latch onto and it's easy to watch and digest. But for me, long form content is always where it's going to be. It's always the most important thing to me because I can actually speak and get my point across to you kind of openly. So yeah, I'm really excited for the podcast. The podcast is basically kind of the main attraction, to be honest, and the point of short form content from the YouTube and the TikTok is to drive traffic to the podcast. So yeah, it feels like it's all coming together really in terms of my content pipeline, in terms of my mission statement, and in terms of how I actually execute that, So I'm feeling really good about content and the kind of space we're taking it. For a long time I knew I wanted to make content. I remember when I was like 15, like doing vlogs and stuff from holidays, and even when I was traveling, doing vlogs and videos and stuff, and then really getting into videography, focusing on cameras and stuff. But I never really felt that kind of connection, to that. So it feels really, really nice to have that connection from this type of content, and it shows me that this is ultimately my calling and what I'm here to do on this earth. Yeah, so really excited to announce the podcast. I think you guys will love that. I wanted to update you on where I'm at, what I'm doing, and plans for content going forth, and kind of where the charlie.mov brand / channels are going. So I hope that served you some clarity. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've made it to this point, I really, really appreciate every single one of you watching this. Yeah, we've built like a nice small community really of viewers and followers and subscribers, and I really, really appreciate every single one of you, to be honest. Every single one of you who comments, every single one of you who likes, every single one of you who just watches these YouTube videos. I feel we're all in this together, and we're all on this joint journey together to becoming the best version of ourselves and just enjoying our lives, to be honest. I love my life. I hope if you're watching this that you love your life, and if not, I hope I can help you find some ways in which so you can start loving your life. I know there's a lot of people there who are struggling, who are going through difficult times, and they will get better. The times do get a lot better. They get easier. You just got to ride it out. It's tough and it's long and it can be tiring, but you just got to stick it out. If you've got to this point, I'm so, not in this video, but I mean in life in general, I'm so proud of you, and I hope that my content helps you in any way. If any of you want to reach out, my DMs are always open on Instagram, either via my channel account, charlie.mov, or via my personal account, Charlie Bacon, which is in the bio of my Mov account. But yeah, that's it. I can close my little notes. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Just a short life update really, nothing too crazy, nothing too demanding, just something nice and relaxed. I hope you guys like the new mic setup. I've got this for my podcast, and it's a bit of a sneak peek really of what the setup will look like. But to be honest, I'm looking at it now in the monitor, and it's crazy how far we've come really, from sitting on my bed behind me to when we're just shooting shit and kind of just being totally transparent with you in terms of the imperfections that I felt I had. I'm feeling kind of very vulnerable in that moment, to being at a spot where I feel super proud of how far I've come, that I want to help other people, and shit, man, life's good. This trim isn't good, but yeah, it's a lovely sunny day, so I hope you get out and get some vitamin D and get some steps in if you haven't already. I love you if you're watching this video. Have a great rest of your day, and keep an eye on this space because we've got a lot of great stuff coming which I really think you're going to enjoy. So